Hi everyone and welcome to World of Warships with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the Tier 4 Japanese premium cruiser, the Iwaki Alpha. I guess that's how you pronounce it, the Iwaki Alpha. This is a ship that was given to alpha testers, and now that it's in open beta, so anyone can play World of Warships now. You don't have to be selected or you don't have to apply, you just have to download the client from Wargaming's website, and if you're lucky enough to be an alpha tester and you've played a certain amount of battles, then this is the ship that they gave us. Now for some reason I haven't started moving straight away, but it looks like I'm moving now, and this cruiser, like a lot of the Japanese cruisers in World of Warships, is different to the American ones in the way that they have torpedoes. You can see down the bottom of the screen with the one with the countdown on it, number 3. It's counting down, it's under 10 seconds now. That's your torpedoes you can fire. There's two lots of torpedoes you can fire, obviously from the sides of your ship. Now in this mode you need to either kill all of the enemy or capture 3 of the bases. It's not exactly like an encounter game in World of Tanks, it's more like it goes by points. On the top of the screen you can see both sides start off on 300 points. You lose points for losing ships when ships get destroyed, and you gain points by either killing the enemy ships or capping one of those 3 cap circles, A, B or C. It's a very good idea, just like in World of Tanks, in World of Warships, it's a very good idea to keep a close eye on the mini-map to see where your allies are. You really don't want to be stranded alone anywhere in this game, and I really think that's the key to winning and to playing well. Stick together in a group, do as much damage as you can as a group, so you've got more than one ship firing at hopefully a lesser amount of enemy ships. Now on the top of the screen, on the B, the letter B, you can see that they're capping the B cap circle, the white circle in the middle of the map, which, unlike World of Tanks, there's no need to really panic when they're capping in this mode, because you don't, even if you cap all 3 bases, you don't automatically win the game. You win the game by getting to 1,000 points. So for each base that you've captured, you get a score of 3 every few seconds. Now you can see we're capping number C, they're capping number B, and we've just stumbled upon a heap of their ships. Looks like they're doing exactly what we're doing and sticking together, which is a good strategy in this game. But we can see their wiki is one of their destroyers. Looks like he might be alone. I've been detected.
Smoke screen set.
So I dumped my smoke. That's the thing with Japanese cruisers and all destroyers. You got a smoke screen that you can use every couple of minutes. And my smoke screen will not only help me remain unspotted, but my teammates as well. But because these planes are right above me and I'm shooting at them, then I'm going to remain spotted while those planes are still around. I'm also trying to do a mission in this game where I need to kill 4 enemy aeroplanes, and I've already shot down 2, so that's looking good at this stage. I'm going around this island to try and use that island as a little bit of cover, because the only downside to this ship is, look, it's quick, it's manoeuvrable, it's got torpedoes, the guns are okay, the secondary guns and the anti-aircraft guns are quite good, so it's good to put yourself in a position where you can shoot down the enemy planes to try and stop them torpedoing you or your friendly battleships. And I'm going around to help our Wakataki, which I think is a Tier 4 Japanese destroyer. Actually, I think it's a Tier 3 Japanese destroyer. And I've got my torpedoes ready because there's a big cluster of enemy ships just ahead, and as soon as I get around this island, I'll be able to fire some torpedoes at them, and with the cluster of them, hopefully I'll hit 1 or 2 of them. I am taking some fire, but I haven't really taken too much damage, and now I'm switching, after I've fired my torpedoes. You've really got to be careful with the torpedoes. Make sure you don't shoot any of your friendly ships. That's why I was waiting for that 10 Ru on my left, on my port side, to not be in my line of fire. Anyway, torpedoes are on the way, and I'm also firing my normal guns, and our destroyers also fired his torpedoes, so hopefully some of those hit. So I'm around that island now, and I'm continuing to put shots into that St. Louis, which is Tier 3 American cruiser, which has got about 100 guns on it.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Got him down. I think that might have been with my torpedo. Now the Wix is on his own. Someone else has thrown some torpedoes his way. Looks like they might have missed. I'm not going to fire my torpedoes, because to fire my torpedoes the right way will be to fire them at my teammate, which I really don't want to do that. It's relatively even at the moment, but we've just taken 2 more of their ships out of the game, so now we're winning. We've lost a battleship, they've lost a battleship, a cruiser and a destroyer. On the top of the screen, the darkened out icons are the dead ships. If there's 2 stripes, it's a battleship, 1 stripe is a cruiser, a triangle is a destroyer, and those other ones with a T, sideways T on them, are the aircraft carriers. I fired my torpedoes again into that cluster of ships, again checking that none of my allies are in the way of those torpedoes. I don't think these ones take anyone out. Looking on the map, I can see where the planes appear to be coming from, so quite shortly I'm going to go on a bit of a carrier hunt, go and find where their carriers are and try to... There they are, there's one of them. Because they often stick together, I'm going to head for those carriers. There's both of them right there next to the island, so I'm going to go for them. They're both just on the other side of the island, so I don't have shots on them right now, but I'll let my teammates know that it's always good to communicate with your team. Hopefully they understand. They don't always understand, because there's people from all over Southeast Asia, just on the same as in the Southeast Asian World of Tanks server. Some people do, some people don't speak English, but generally people on World of Warships seem to communicate a little bit better than on tanks. So I'll put that in the message saying I'll go for those 2 aircraft carriers. What I really want to do is set them on fire, because when you set an aircraft carrier on fire, planes can't take off or land. But unfortunately for us, it looks like he's already launched his torpedo bombers, at least one of them anyway. And from this range I can safely put damage into these aircraft carriers with no risk of them shooting back. They really don't have... They do have short range guns on them, but they're really nothing to be worried about. They're probably more for shooting at aeroplanes rather than ships like me. I'm a top tier in this game, and I'm just firing high explosive into that aircraft carrier. I'd already set him on fire once. I've just set him on fire again, so I know he can't stop that fire, and then I'll turn my attention to the other one. My aim is to try and get them on fire, and then I can close the distance and finish them off with my torpedoes. At this range, they're a little bit too far away for torpedoes. I think the torpedoes need to be, on this ship, you need to be within 7 k's. I'm within 7 k's of the aircraft carrier on my left, so I think I'm going to start putting my torpedoes into it if I can. But as I look around, it looks like someone else has killed him, which is good, so I can focus all my fire onto that Langley, which is, I think it's Tier 4 American aircraft carrier. The other one was Japanese. I've set him on fire again, which means he's pretty much dead in the water. He's not going. They don't move fast anyway, aircraft carriers, and they haven't got many guns. Our destroyer looks like he's just missed with his torpedoes. my secondary guns are firing at the other airplanes that are flying around overhead, probably looking for somewhere to land. And they're shit out of luck. I've killed a few more airplanes. I've taken down that aircraft carrier. So now I'm looking at the map and seeing where's the rest of my team. There, we've captured Zone C. We're winning comfortably on the scoreboard, 720 to 380. So now I need to try and find out where the rest of the enemy ships are. It looks to me like they're in Zone B for Bravo, so that's where I'm heading. And hopefully I'll take out some aeroplanes on my way. I can see this another St. Louis. Getting my torpedoes ready. I've got a feeling it's out of range for torpedoes at that distance looking at it, but that's probably before I worked out how to see what the range were. Those spots in the circle on the map, I think that's the range for either your guns or your torpedoes. With the guns, you won't be able to put the crosshairs of the guns on the enemy ships if they're out of range, like that St. Louis is. But he is coming closer, so I can fire to where I think he's going to be when the shells land. That's what I'm trying to do there. So as he's coming towards me, I'm just going to keep putting shots into him. There's an island coming up which I'll be able to use as cover between me and him. He's firing from a longer range to get me. He did get me, but I'm still on almost full health, so I can afford to take 1 or 2 hits. I'm now coming up behind an island, so I've got a bit of cover there as I set him on fire just at the last minute before I'll fire off a few more shots. So I've used my repair kit. Hitting R will repair any damage you have, whether it's a fire, a flood, or a damaged steering mechanism, which is what I just had then. High explosives will often damage modules of your ship, and the repair button can repair them. And you can use that as often as you like, but there is a cooldown depending on what ship you're in. In this one it's about 1.5 minutes, I think, so you can't use it over and over again. So I'm moving back towards Zone B. You can see we are comfortably winning now. We've lost 5 ships. They've lost 7. Even though they've got A and B captured, and we've only got C captured, because of the extra kills we've taken, we've made, and the damage we've put into their ships, our score's on 850. Theirs is only on 460. So even though they're capping at a higher rate than us, our score is comfortably more ahead. So if we hit 1,000 points on the top of the screen, we'll win the game. So I'm not really worried about losing at this stage. I'm just trying to put in as much damage as I can to the enemy ship. So I'm firing some more long distance shots into that St. Louis, and if he gets close enough I'll go to torpedoes. At the same time I'm jumping into the B cap to take those cap points off the enemy. What I am worried about is that full health battleship. Looks like a Kawachi. Even though he's only tier 3, it'll take a lot to kill him unless I can hit him with my torpedoes. You can see they've damaged my engine, but because of what I was saying earlier with the repair kits, I can't fix it for a minute. Now I've just set that St. Louis on fire. I really want to kill him before he puts too much more damage into me, because my engine's been knocked out, which means
we've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
I can't move. For the next 42 seconds, I'm a sitting duck. You can see my speed's going down to 8 knots, and now I'm on fire. And I'm going to continue to burn for at least another 30 seconds because I have already used my repair kit. However, looking at the score, the end is in sight. We won't have to kill all their enemy ships to win this game. I'm going to continue to put damage into this Kawachi, the tier 3 Japanese battleship. I can't put this fire out for another 13 seconds. I shouldn't run out of health in that time. Fires tend to burn at a slow rate, but I am a sitting duck. I haven't got any manoeuvrability, but it looks like he might be focusing on someone else. I've helped to capture Team B. Cap Zone B, I suppose you'd call it. looks like they've taken out one of our ships, which has dropped our score back to 900. We were on a fair bit more not so long ago. So my repair kit's come back into action and I've used it straight away. Now I'm switching to armour piercing ammunition, which is something you can use against battleships to try and get some citadel hits. That's where you get maximum damage by hitting them in their either in their engine or in their where they keep all their ammunition, whatever that's called, and that takes out maximum points, which is up to a couple of thousand. With the high explosives, even if it doesn't penetrate, you'll get a few hundred or even 1,000. With the armour piercing, if you're lucky, you'll get even more damage out of each shot. Now I'm on fire again, and I'm going to continue to burn now because I can't use my repair kit for another 40 seconds. So that Kawachi has obviously turned his focus onto me. I've fired my torpedoes, but they're way off. I'm going to continue to shoot him. We're on 992 points. As soon as we hit 1,000, we'll win this game. So I don't want to die before the end of the battle. But I'm down in triple figures now in health. I'm on about 700 health here. So I'm just going to keep putting damage into this Kawachi. He's still shooting on me, but we end up winning on score on 1,000 points. And look at this result. I got the mission for killing at least 4 aeroplanes. I actually shot down 6, destroyed 3 enemy ships, set 10 of my shots, set them on fire. I defended the base 4 times. I captured one of the bases. Torpedo hit one ship, and 91 of my normal guns did damage. And that's not an unusual result, 91 damaging shots, because you do fire lots and lots of shots in this game, unlike World of Tanks. Looking at the team result, you can see I've got 1,461 base experience. That's massive for me. That's a really good game. I've killed 6 aeroplanes, destroyed 3 ships, and also got another medal, which is what gives you signals, which I'll go through signals in another video because I wasn't using any signals in that one. Looking at the next screen, over 48,000 damage with high explosives, 30,000 damage set through fires, and only 1,800 with torpedoes. So that just tells me that the torpedo shot that I fired probably just finished a ship off that was already crucially damaged, because torpedoes do in the high thousands of damage when you launch them. On the right you can see all the different ships that I damaged and killed, and I received 21 hits, 13,623 damage. That was all through high explosive shells, which is probably the right kind of ammunition to use on a ship like the Iwaki Alpha. But look at the profitability of this game. You can see after I paid for my ammunition and repaired my vehicle, 244,620 bottom line profit. That was massive. I think some of that might have been through a mission, and also a healthy amount of experience, over 3,000 experience. So I hope you've enjoyed my replay of the Iwaki Alpha. That's a Tier 4 premium Japanese cruiser, which was given to us alpha testers for being part of that. Thanks for watching. I hope to bring you some more World of Warships videos soon. They are a little bit harder to put together, but I'll continue chipping away and having fun with Warships and World of Tanks. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you next time.